Welcome to Olga's show, where you can get inspired and motivated by some absolutely extraordinary people. Today, I have an absolutely exciting and real story person, Khim Sim Tan, who is an author of Declutter Your Mess Today. She is a recovered hoarder, and you'll find out more about this. Right now, she is helping people to declutter their homes and their mindset. It is all about helping them to heal themselves and find true happiness, just like she did. Today, she will tell us her amazing story how she moved from a mayhem all the way to minimalism and found her true happiness. If you are kind of on a crossroads between I don't know how to find happiness, if you are thinking what my life is like, it is a mess, my house is in a mess, my work is in a mess, Khim Sim Tan is the right person to speak to. My darling Khim Sim, welcome to my studio. How are you today?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes,
Good to
lovely sunshine. Well,
hear.
sunny day, I mean, sunny day.
Oh, that's exciting. But right now, as much as I know, you are in a Singapore, right?
Yes, I'm in Singapore, that's right.
How exciting. With this technology, we can travel all the way to Singapore and hear your story. Because I'm based right now in the UK and we have 7 hours difference. How crazy is that?
Yes, indeed.
I love that.
Exciting, isn't it?
It is, absolutely, yes. But it also tells that we are really blessed because right now we would never be able to hear your story if not technology. But Kim, right now you look very happy, very content, very calm. But I would love to hear, was it always like that? Please tell me, what was your story and what exactly made you to become a hoarder?
Well, yes, my hoarding all started when my marriage broke up. And I was with my ex at that time, and we was living under the same roof. So obviously, in order to protect my things, what I did was I brought most of my personal belongings from the marital bedroom down to the garage. So slowly, slowly, my garage started to fill up. And during the time of, say, 7, 8 years of separation before the divorce, I went through a journey where I couldn't stop buying things. It was kind of like a retail therapy.
Over 1.2 million people are thought to be hoarders across the UK. On the southernmost edge of London is the busy commuter town of Croydon. One of its 3-bedroom townhouses is home to Khim Sim, who has lived with her secret stash for over 10 years.
Hoarding is an addiction, similar to like being an alcoholic. Oh, when I look at it, I do get a headache.
It all started when she split from her ex-husband.
It was a difficult breakup and a difficult journey for me. And during that time, I was buying about maybe £100 worth of things a week, to escape from the reality of life by having possessions around you. I've got boxes and boxes and boxes and luggage, more luggage. Gradually, hoarding grows and grows, and I couldn't stop. And as the boxes go higher and higher, I was trapped.
Khim Sim tried to escape with a little help from professional cleaners.
I was afraid. I cried. It was very difficult. I literally was shivering, and I was looking at my box of things that I need to declutter, and I was feeling lost, knowing that I'm not going to have them anymore.
But now Khim Sim has found a reason to stop her hoarding ways.
Jim, what was it like the first time when you saw my hoard?
Whoa. It's the only word I can describe that.
After a whirlwind romance, Khim Sim's marrying new fella, Jim.
Jim and I met online, and not long after that, 2 months later, he proposed to me. For us, it's important that when we get married, we have to set up our marital bedroom.
It's just a matter of getting the bed in.
But most important is all my clothes. I think I have to get rid of them.
With the wedding booked in a few days' time, they've got their work cut out for them.
And then it just got worse and worse and worse. And one day, a friend of mine came, and I opened up to her and said, "I'm too shy to show you this, but I need to let go of this guilt and this just not being able to share with someone has trapped me, really trapped me, until I just felt very low, very depressed." And then when she came, she's one of my best friends. In fact, her name has been mentioned in the book. And she came to my house and she saw the whole mess and the whole, just seeing how trapped and sad I was.
Yeah.
And when she came and she saw it, and she said, "Well, my dear, you got to do something about it."
Yes.
So I did. I went and found the professional service, declutter service. So I found these two angels. They are known as declutter divas. I call them my angels because they were the one who helped me to decide and to start my journey to declutter everything. It was difficult, very difficult, Olga. It was tough. I cried. They held my hands, but they were fantastic. If you watch hoarders program, different hoarders program, and you see these different professional people coming, their strategies and methods were very different. But with the declutter divas, what they did was they will normally put everything in a box and then they will hand it to me. You see?
Right.
Yeah.
Detach you already. I love this strategy, but I love how you also said in the beginning that all started through the separation and you couldn't stop buying things. That was your emotional therapy. And many people experience that they either go into emotional eating, they become quite overweight, or they go into emotional buying and then they actually become hoarders, or they go into emotional sex activities and they sleep with many partners. So unfortunately, the way how our mindset is affected is really scary sometimes. We go into too much of something. And I think the key point here is always pay attention that you went into too much of something. And when you do pay attention that you went into too much of something, it's time to stop and reflect. Why am I doing this? Why am I behaving like that? What triggers me? And what can I do in order to get better? And one of the best ways is, just like in your case, is to actually turn to professionals, to speak to them how they can help you. In your case, it was hoarding, and you decided to reach out to professional people who can help you to declutter your house. But tell us more about how did it affect you emotionally? Were you able to release everything emotionally as well? Because I know it's not easy. And the reason why I know, because I worked with so many people when they had to let go of their past. So tell us your process about letting go of your past. How was it?
Well, it was tough, very tough, because before the Declutter Divas started the process, we had the very first meeting, and that was to talk through my inner feelings. I need to be honest with them. And they asked me, "Are you ready to go? Are you ready for us to come and help you to declutter? We can only help you when you are ready."
Yes.
So the very first meeting of about 2 hours of just talking through, it helped me to, it opened up a kind of a little door, a little door. And that little door has helped me to open the door even a bit wider. So bit by bit, as I started this journey, the door just got, bit by bit it opened, and step by step, I was able to get on with it. And through the process, so much emotional turmoil. Honestly, I'm not joking. Sometimes, even there were days when, especially the first 2 sessions, because they will work with me like for 6 hours per session, and they will work from room to room. So they start off from the bedroom, and then they start off from the kitchen, bit by bit. But it took about 12 sessions
Oh, wow.
in total.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of money, but it was worth it, because I had to get it out of my way, because if not, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And yeah, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So, and not only just emotional turmoil I went through, it's in my story, it's also a lot of childhood hurts,
of course,
that led me to be a hoarder.
That's remarkable what you're saying there. Yes, because people sometimes think you become a hoarder just because you choose to become, but it's a no. You have already some traumas, just like you said, you had your childhood traumas, and this is where everything starts. Everything gets developed in our mind when we were little. We experience few things, somebody tells us something, it upsets us, and we develop a pattern. And not necessarily the pattern will be seen straight away. Sometimes it takes more triggers, it takes more adulthood situations, it's more of adulthood experiences for you in order to become a real hoarder, like to really become a professional hoarder when you really become so bad. And actually it's a long-term development, but also it takes a while to declutter everything. It's almost like whatever long time it takes to build something, it will take some time to destroy it. And the same here. But I'm so proud of your journey. To let it go completely is really, really challenging. So what was your motivation? What actually made you think enough is enough, I need to do it? Because everybody has a trigger point what says I had enough, and this is a very strong decision point. So I wonder, what was your decision point? What made it easier for you to decide today is the day that I had enough? What was it?
Well, it's very simple, because at that time when I was going through the separation, I knew that there'll be a day when I have to sell the house, and where I have to get rid of things and move on and downsize. And I was staying in a 4-bedroom townhouse.
Making room for the bride and groom is a priority for Khim Sim. And today, she's meeting with Jo, a declutter consultant.
Hello, Khim Sim. Nice to meet you.
Jo helps people tackle both the hoard and its causes.
Here it is. Okay. My hoard. Right. A lot of people walk into a space like this and it's too overwhelming. They think, where am I going to start? And they do what I call flitting. They'll go, right, they'll pick up something over here, look at it, and then they'll get distracted, and then they'll go over to the other side, and you just end up moving stuff around, as you know. So just pick up one thing at a time, very quickly say, do I want this? Do I love this? And think, if I'm not sure, it goes.
Well, this is the most important room that I need to declutter.
Okay. Are you very attached to your clothes? Is that one of the items, the things that you find difficult to let go of?
Correct. My clothes are very attached to me.
Maybe pick out 3 or 4 of the very favourite things and then say, I'll cut my losses with the rest.
I'm quite serious now about getting rid of things. I think it really started my hoarding was during the separation of my ex. Emotionally, it was a turmoil all over me. So the only way to help me during that time was to go out and buy things. My possessions became me, really me. Even getting rid of the little things, I found it so difficult.
A lot of triggers for hoarding, like your marriage broke down, or if somebody gets ill or there's a bereavement. But unfortunately, with everything, in order to heal, as I'm sure you're aware, you have to acknowledge the pain. You have to go through that. You can't divert around it.
I'm still going through this journey, but now that I have love and Jim is in my life, I think I can conquer anything else that comes my way.
This is a new chapter in your life, isn't it?
Right.
So, out with the clothes, in with a new husband.
Correct.
I have a few reservations. Obviously, she's at a good stage in her life. Everything's very exciting. She's about to get married, so things are good. But she still has to be careful and watch that it doesn't creep up on her again.
The big plan now is to declutter this room so that Jim can put together the new bed that I just ordered. Jim?
Yep.
Empty box is not all can go in the trash later.
Just stick them out so I put them there.
It's a 3-floor house with 4 bedrooms. And I have to admit that every single room in every wardrobe, I even took over my daughter's wardrobe. I took over my son's wardrobes because their room has got many wardrobes.
Yeah.
But in my little bedroom, when the room that I stayed when we separated, has no wardrobes.
Oh, wow.
So basically what I did was I just put things in boxes and just stack the boxes as high as possible. And I've got clothes rail where I have clothes all over on top of each other. I mean, you saw the video, it's all just mayhem. It's just mayhem. But what triggered it was that I need to start to do this, because once the divorce process started, I knew that at that point I have to declutter, because if once that house is sold, that's it.
Yeah.
And I can't do it on my own. I can't.
Yes.
I can't at all. You see, and the last 2 years, when I sold the house and I knew I had to move out, the last 2 years, it was very tough. And Declutter Divas came in and did more sessions with me, and that prepared me, because at the very final point, they came on the very last day before I moved out of London to Devon, where I'm living now. So, without them, I can't, because I have this problem with my hip as well in the last 2 years. And without them, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it at all. Basically, I'm just, yeah. So I knew that I have to decide to start decluttering. If not, I'll be trapped again. You know what I mean? I'll be trapped and not know how to, I wouldn't know what to do.
Absolutely, yes, I can see. But also, I know that you finally got married and you found your happiness. Is it right?
Yes, I did.
Please tell
Yes.
us more. Please tell us more.
Well, when it was a short courtship, because for some reason, when I met Jim, I knew that he was the man for me, and he also knew that he wanted to have to spend his life with me as well. And because we are both what we call ourselves retired seniors or pensioners, but I'm a young retired senior. So because I retired from teaching,
Mm-hmm.
and I was very honest with him about my problem, but he took it so well. I mean, you saw in the film,
Yeah.
just just said, well, he was shocked, but that didn't stop him from loving me, which
Wow.
I was very blessed.
Wow.
I was very, very blessed. And then he came and he helped me to declutter the house, got rid of all the things I didn't need. I actually, in total, I had 3 skips that came to my house. But the last final stage were 2 skips.
Wow.
Loads of stuff went. I actually threw out so much, and I blessed so many people because I went on a website called Trash Nothing, and I literally give away things.
Hey, go, Jim. You okay?
In Croydon, Khim Sim is racing to get the clutter out of her home before husband-to-be, Jim, moves in.
It's going to be one big job. Darling, can you just hold that for me? Okay. Hold it, don't drop it.
Okay.
The main task is to clear the bedroom.
So these are for tops, trousers, shirts. I need a system because without the system, I'll get all messed up again.
I'm getting too old for this.
Come on.
As a hoarder, you definitely need support. You need support from friends, children, people around you. You just need to have honest people to tell you.
That's going back. Sergeant Pepper's.
It's my favorite. No way will that go.
Why? Come round to me. Okay.
Oh, this is wonderful. We can watch TV.
Yeah.
I'll clear that bed, and then you put our TV up there. Yeah?
Very successful, yeah.
Indeed, darling. Very successful. Yes, I'm so happy. Oh, careful. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
I gave away my washing machine. I gave away my dryer. I gave away my fridge. You name it, because having to move out, I have to give away things because I can't move all those into our new home in where we are now. Is because, don't forget, 2 homes are coming into one little cottage.
Of course, yes.
One tiny cottage, and it's only 1 bedroom, 1 plus bedroom. So the second little tiny room is our so-called walk-in wardrobe. Walk-in wardrobe. Yeah.
I like it. I like
So,
it.
yeah. So Jim has been supportive since day 1 when he found out about my secret. I told him I've got only 1 secret. And he said, what is it? I said, I'm a hoarder. And he said to me, well, I used to have loads of stuff as well. So he understood that he had to downsize as well.
Yes.
At that time. Yeah. So
that's really remarkable to see unconditional love when someone meets you and accepts you with all your insecurities, because hoarding is coming from insecurity. It comes from the place, well, I can't let it go because I'll feel unsafe. He accepts you with all your imperfections and says, I just love you. That is so wonderful. And also this gives hope to people who are in their, post 50s, who are in their senior age, thinking, will I ever meet somebody? Well, your true story actually shows the example that you can meet somebody. But again, in order to meet somebody, probably you got to deal with some of your past insecurities, past issues, because it's great when people love so unconditionally and then they can accept you with everything what you have. But at the same time, it's better to prepare yourself and better to be ready for that beautiful meeting of that unconditional love.
Look at the change.
Khim Sim is also beginning a new chapter in her life. Today, she's marrying Jim.
I worked till nearly 4 o'clock in the morning because I was very determined to get this place that looks better. I do not want to live like that again.
Do you, James, freely enter into the union of marriage with Khim Sim?
I'm excited about getting married to this wonderful man. spend my life with him.
Happy to announce that you are now husband and wife.
Great, it's the first day of a new life for both of us.
I have come a long way in terms of my hoarding, but now I'd like to move on to a better, less cluttered life.
It's amazing. But you also, Kim mentioned that you live in Devon, but then how did you end up in Singapore? What is the connection for you with Singapore?
Well, because I come from Singapore. My family, my family, my mother, my sisters are all in Singapore.
Wow.
I got married in the early 90s to a British. So this Jim is my second marriage.
Yes.
So that's how I ended up. Yeah, that's right. So I'm right now in Singapore. It's just to help my mother because my mother is elderly.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm helping her right now. And because with the COVID-19, I'm actually in quarantine. I'm in the hotel for 14 days. This is my only third day. I still got another 11 days.
Oh, wow.
I've only got 4 walls here.
Oh,
Not allowed to go out.
Oh,
Not allowed to go out.
Wow, a real story of a person who is in quarantine telling us about her experience. This is unbelievable. The moment couldn't be any better than that. Wow. Well, I'm sure that this is the good timing for you to think quite a lot, maybe also to write another book, because your book is so amazing. I love the name of that. But could you please tell us more? What inspired you to write this book? Why have you decided to write this book?
Well, that year I retired, and being me, I'm not one woman that will just sit around and do nothing. So I attended a writing seminar, and the speaker was saying that we could write our own book. So I did. I signed up, went to the 3-day workshop, and that is a time when they say to us, "What would you like to write?" So at that time, I had no idea what I wanted to write. But after toying with so many ideas, I thought maybe I'll write about my profession as a special educational needs teacher for the last 35 years before I retired. And then later on, I said, no, I don't think I'll do that. And then suddenly I just thought about declutter. In fact, the title has changed slightly, Declutter Your Mess Today, but my title has changed slightly. So I thought, oh, why not I just write my journey as a hoarder? But you know something, Olga? When my story was told publicly in UK, it suddenly opened up a light of courage. You know what I mean? Courage. Yes. Because of course I'm very embarrassed, people seeing that I'm a hoarder. I'm a professional teacher, and suddenly having this little secret in her life, not as a alcoholic, not as, you know what I mean, but as a hoarder. But do you know what? When I started writing the book and the story being told, because my Declutter Divas put my name through, said, oh, Khim Sim has a story to tell. Right. And the interesting thing about my story is from mayhem, minimalism, and found love. Yeah. So that was the thing, found love.
Found love, exactly.
So yeah, so I got inspired to write my story. And when I started writing my story, all my childhood hurts, everything started coming out. I had to be honest. Yeah. So if you read my book, everything has come out. Yeah. So right now I'm in Singapore. I brought some books and I'm going to give to my sisters. When they read it, my sisters won't be shocked because they knew I went through that journey. Yes. And, you know, and because of not having because I had to fight for for things with my sisters, because I got 4 sisters, so there are 5 of us.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle, so it's basically having to, fight, and sometimes I feel that I kind of miss my chance, So when I grew up and I became an adult, I started working. I found that when I want something, I will go out and get it. I will. And because I work, I have my own, I'm able to buy things. And then not only that, my children, I tell you, I am so generous with my children. And it's not good sometimes.
Right.
But what they want, they get, but they have to earn it. But they will get it. And then as a teacher, one of the things that I started off as a kindergarten teacher. So what I did was, in order to educate my children as well, like starting to teach them to read, I buy a whole series of books, not only 1, not only 2, not only 3, but the whole series.
Wow.
Like, for example, like Mr. Men stories. Mr. Men, I buy the whole set. I don't buy one, I buy the whole set. And then I will educate my children all, So I used to have, when I came to England, I had to cut into UK, I think more than 100 boxes of my teaching resources, everything, because being a teacher, you just collect lots of things, references and things like that. So when I decided to write about my declutter your mess book, funny enough, doors started to open. The declutter divas came, helped me to declutter, and I was able to tell my story. And now that I've written my book, film, the show and book seem to, it's like a marriage, film, book, and now I want to advance on to start this this venture that I want to help others as well. Because when I was working with the special needs children, I have the opportunity to be able to counsel these people, because I have to also help to kind of help them to focus and be to focus and learn how to cope with their visually impaired child. So it's the same with this thing that I'm doing. I would like to help people to open up, and at the same time, I'll be able to take them through this journey for themselves as well. If anyone who has this kind of hoarding or even not able to think what they want to do in their life. So it's kind of like a life coach kind of thing, and that will also help them to kind of, able to set their goals and achieve in whatever they need to do.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying, right?
I totally understand. Yes, it's a true, beautiful mission, because right now you're coming from a place where you know how it feels to be a hoarder yourself. You know exactly what it means to be a hoarder yourself. You know how much your mind is cluttered and how it is full of childhood stories, of adulthood stories, of later adulthood stories. And right now what you want to do is to give back, because you received help, because you got healed, and because something beautiful happened in your life. Right now what you want to do is to give back, which I think is really beautiful mission. And I must say, we need more people like yourself, people who will genuinely be willing to help others to heal their mindset, because we all know when your house is clear, when there is clarity in your house, your mind is also clear, and there is clarity in your mindset. And therefore important to connect these two. The clearer your mindset is, the clearer your life will be. Whether it's your relationships or your career or your life in general, it will be a lot easier and better to your life. So what I think your mission is absolutely beautiful, and I'm sure you'll be able to help so many people not only to declutter their houses, but also declutter their mindset, declutter their lives, their thinking, and who knows, maybe you'll also help them to find their true love. That'll be amazing. But darling Kim, do you want to tell us how people can find about yourself, where they should go, how they can connect with you?
Well, I have got my book. If you do get a copy of the book, I have got my email, my social media. I've got my email, and I've got my website that they can reach out to me. And one of the things that I have offered to people, that anyone that buys my book, they can claim their bonus, and that is to have a free 60-minute consultation, Zoom consultation. And well, at that time I said home consultation, but right now it will have to be a Zoom consultation or phone call. Yeah. In fact, some of my friends have already bought my book, and I've already given them the 60-minute consultation, because some of them bought the book because they have got relatives, their parents, who's got this hoarding problem, and they've asked me to talk with them. So it'll be social media, Facebook, social media. You can get into my website, declutter, www.declutteryourmesstoday.com. Yeah.
Wonderful, that's great. And I'll make sure I will share the links to your book, and I will also make sure I will share the link to your website so people can reach out to you within one click, which will be so much easier. Well, thank you so much, Kim, for today. It was absolutely amazing session with you to learn about your real story, your real life experience as a hoarder, and also healed hoarder who also found that love and happiness. I think this is really inspirational, and I just wish everybody who is watching this, well, first of all, thank you so much for watching till the very end. But I wish you, if you're in a position that you're not sure why your life is in a mess, I'm sure right now you can reflect, you can buy the book, you can get in touch with Kim, and you can actually learn how you can do that letting go, how you can remove all those experiences which you don't need in your head and your mind anymore, in order to find the true happiness. Well, thank you so much, Kim. It was such a pleasure to have you today in my studio, and I hope you enjoyed the experience today as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah.